Hello, my name is Chris Carafa, and I am from Textron Aviation's Team Longitude Customer Support. Today I'd like to walk you through downloading the Cabin Management System diagnostic data, or iBit, from your aircraft. The pictures in this presentation are taken from a Longitude, but the process is mostly the same on all 700, 750 Plus, 680 Plus, 680A, CJ3 Plus, and M2 products with the heads-up technology cabin management system. I'd like to remind you that the information in this video is for reference only and does not constitute instructions for return to service or continued airworthiness. Let's go ahead and jump in. Start off by locating the media share port on your airplane. This will vary based on airplane model. On the Longitude, you'll find it in the baggage compartment equipment rack. On the 680, 680A, 750 Plus aircraft, you'll find it next to seat number 6 or in the aft closet. And on the M2 CJ3 Plus airplanes, you'll find it forward of the aft divider. Insert a USB thumb drive into the media share port. I recommend a blank drive just in case anything that's on there gets overwritten. And you'll also want to choose a thumb drive that's no larger than 32 gigabytes. Lastly, it's not typically a problem if the airplane is already powered up when you insert the drive, but if we have connectivity issues later, you may need to power down and start over again. So keep that in mind. Power up your airplane and turn on the interior master, if you have one, and let the system boot up. The startup time depends on your model and the system complexity. When the main menu appears on the control panel, select the Prefs button to open the Preferences menu. In the Preferences menu, select Login to display the keyboard, and then enter the login password exactly as shown here. That's the heads-up 123 ampersand. This is the default password and it should not be changed. One trick that I like to utilize here is to use a touchscreen stylus with the rubber tip on it to make sure you're hitting the right key, as they are kind of small. Once you're logged in, you'll see several options to choose from. If you select the back or home buttons after this point, you'll need to log back in with the password again and basically start the process from the beginning. For the iBit test, we'll need to select the maintenance button. This will open up the Oz CMS diagnostic menu. Select Run Test to begin the iBit test. You should immediately see a scrolling wheel with the running indication. This typically lasts a few minutes, but again, depends on the system complexity. I assume you're doing this test for a system malfunction, so you'll likely see a fail indication here. This might be normal depending how the airplane is configured. You can view the results on screen or download them. I like to download the logs first so I don't get sidetracked and forget to do it later, so let's go ahead and do that now. Select the Results to USB button. Again, you'll see the scrolling progress wheel, followed by this screen. If the result indicates fail, you may need to format your thumb drive, or try a different one, or reboot the system altogether. This is the connectivity issue I mentioned in the beginning. We'll come back to the save results shortly, but for now, hit the Details button. This will pull up the iBit results on screen. Now, it's important to realize that this screen and what's in it is going to depend entirely on your airplane model and what options you have installed. Again, this page being from a Longitude. And at first glimpse, it looks like there might be a problem with the DOR connected to port 1 on the fiber optic router, or YBR. This airplane didn't have the forward sync installed, so the DOR doesn't see a drain valve and it indicates a fault. But it's not really a fault since we don't have the drain valve installed. Also, any faulted component connected to the YBR will cause the YBR to also show a fault. The customer service engineer on your product support team can interpret the data and determine what should and should not be there, what's normal and not normal, depending on your airplane and what you have installed. Feel free to scroll through the results, and when you're done, close out of the Details window with the X in the upper right corner. Tap the Home button to go back to normal system operation. This takes us back to the results that we saved a moment ago. I put my USB drive in my laptop, and I see some new files on here. Now, my drive wasn't empty when I started. In fact, it looks like I might have done an Aries download with the same drive. The iBit results are in the txt log file as shown here. The file from your airplane will be named in a similar fashion. Send this txt file to your customer support team and we'll be happy to let you know the results. And that's it. It's pretty painless. As always, you can feel free to contact me or another member of product support if you have any questions. We've got some contact information for you here, along with email addresses to send those files to. That's it for today. Be sure to check out some of our other videos as we're always adding new content. Thanks for watching and fly safe.